guys, so today's video is going to be something quite different, I feel, from anything I've ever done, because today I just want to sit down and kind of chat with you guys on a few skin related things and kind of update you guys a little bit, because quite a few of you guys have actually been asking me to film kind of like a skin update, acne update type video, and this is something I've actually been planning on filming for a little while, a few weeks now actually, but I just haven't done it because I don't really fully know what I'm going to say, so I apologize if this video is like rambly or like just kind of disorganized, basically, because I don't have like a set plan for what I'm going to talk about really. But basically what is prompting this video is that, as you can tell from the title, I am finally going to be seeing a dermatologist for my acne. Now, I want to kind of document this process because I know a lot of you guys also struggle with acne as well, just like I do, and don't really know where exactly seeing a dermatologist is going to take me, but I kind of just want to document this process and share it with you guys because I love all of you guys so much, and I just want you guys to kind of know what's going on with me. So yes, I have officially gotten a referral to see a dermatologist. I don't have an appointment booked yet. It's only been about 3 weeks since I went and saw my just like family doctor and requested the referral, so it could take quite a while. I'm hoping it'll be sooner rather than later, but I know it could probably end up being like months before I actually get to see a dermatologist. But like I said, I'm going to kind of vlog this process and take you guys along with me to see what I kind of try out for my acne and stuff like that. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about what's going on with my skin and what finally prompted me to get that referral for a dermatologist. So basically, if you guys have seen my past few like first impressions videos where I haven't been wearing any makeup, you've probably noticed that my skin has been very severely broken out, like worse than it has ever been in the past. And basically at the end of like December and like beginning of January, I was extremely stressed out just due to some things going on in my personal life. And when I'm stressed, I break out like crazy. Like I have like true hormonal acne. My acne is cystic. It is persistent regardless of like what I'm putting on my face or what products I am or am not using. It's always there to at least some extent. Now my skin though, it fluctuates a lot. Like I have periods where I'll be like breaking out like crazy and I'll have like 10 plus cysts on my face at a time, but then I have like weeks at a time where my skin totally clears up, my scarring starts to fade considerably, and like my skin is really clear. But it's basically just like a huge roller coaster. Like it's always going up and down. And the main reason I've never actually gone to the doctor and asked to see a dermatologist in the past is because my skin has always cleared up in the past. It's always subsided, and I've always been like, okay, like maybe I can handle this on my own, which in hindsight is not smart. Like if your skin is fluctuating that much and that severely, obviously something is wrong, because that's not normal. In my teenage brain, it was just like, okay, my skin's gonna clear up on its own. Like if it's not consistent, then it's not a big deal, even though it was. Yeah, really bad breakouts starting just shortly after Christmas, like all over my cheeks and everything as well, like not just more confined to my chin and jaw area, which is where I typically break out. It was just like all over this whole section of my face basically, and I just kept waiting for it to subside and waiting for it to calm down, and it just was not happening this time. It has finally calmed down now, like after like 6 weeks now. But that really freaked me out, and that really got me to the point where I was like, okay, I'm just going to go see my doctor and I'm going to finally try and just nip this in the bud, because over the past little while too, probably the past 6 months or so, I would say, I have started getting some more textural scarring. Like I don't want to say pitting, but my acne, especially on my cheeks now, is leaving marks on my skin, which I really don't want to have to deal with. I've been very grateful that through my whole like acne life basically, I haven't had that issue. My acne has only ever left behind pigmentation, but now it's starting to leave that uneven texture, and that really freaks me out because I don't want a ton of scars on my face. Obviously that really just like, the idea of that just really freaks me out basically. I just don't want to deal with that because, you know, like pigmentation is one thing. I've always been able to cycle through that scarring, but texture and like pitting is kind of a different thing. It's a lot more severe in my opinion. So another reason why I haven't seen a doctor in the past is because I do have a family doctor. I usually tell people I don't because I don't have a doctor that I see regularly. And that is because over the past little while, there's just been some like drama in my family with my doctor and stuff, and that's not my story to tell, so I'm not going to go into that. But out of respect for one of my family members, I haven't been going to this doctor. But yeah, I just got to kind of a big breaking point where I was like, I just need to get this done. I can just go in really quick, get the referral, and just like go on my way and not have to see my regular family doctor. So the first time I ever went to my doctor over something acne related, I think shortly after I turned 16 was probably the first time. I might have been like almost 17, but around that kind of time. I'm 21 for those of you who don't know now. And I was seeing my doctor regularly, you know, complaining about my cystic acne and everything. At that point, my acne was bad, but it wasn't as severe as it has been recently. So yeah, the first time I ever went to see my doctor, I went and I kind of showed him what was going on with my skin and like, you know, let him know what I was dealing with and everything. And immediately he suggested I go on Accutane, which kind of took me back a little bit because in my experience from like the research I've done, Accutane is always kind of the last resort because it's very harsh on your body. It's very intensive and it's just kind of the last resort. Like it's kind of what most doctors from what I've read and everything recommend after you've like kind of exhausted all the other resources and tried everything else. Now the idea of going on Accutane has always been kind of scary to me because it is so intensive and so harsh on your body. I'm not a big believer in like being dependent on medication either, which is a whole different story, but it's always been kind of scary. So I was like, no, what else can I try first before going straight to Accutane? And he ended up prescribing me minocycline, which is another fairly more intensive acne medication. So I tried the minocycline for I think at least a couple months and I just didn't notice any results with it. Like it really didn't do anything for my skin. My skin stayed relatively the same. And so I kind of went back to him. I saw him quite a few times for my acne and I went back to him and said, okay, what can we try next? And he was like really trying to push Accutane on me, which once again, I was just kind of afraid to try. And so he said, okay, well, as a prerequisite to take Accutane, if you are female, you have to be on birth control because it can cause some pretty serious birth defects and things like that. So he said, we'll try you on birth control and we'll see how that works for you because for some people it clears up their skin really well just on its own. And then like a few months later down the line when your birth control is like fully effective, I guess, then we can revisit the idea of Accutane if that's something you're interested in, if you still feel like you need something more. So I started taking birth control. For those of you who are interested, I tried Tricycline Low first. That one I think I only took for like a month. It made me feel really sick and was just messing around with me too much basically. So then I started taking Aless. And Aless is what I'm still currently taking. And for the first little while, Aless worked so well for me. Like it really, really cleared up my acne and got everything under control. But after a while, it wasn't working as well. And I've mentioned before that like I don't want to mess around with my birth control because I'm happy with the one I'm on and I don't want to go trying a bunch of new ones. Yeah, I had really clear skin for probably about a year. I was still breaking out here and there like around like the time of my period and stuff like that. But my skin was really, really clear for the most part, like to the point where most of my scarring had faded and everything, and I felt so confident and so amazing. And then all of a sudden it just came back full force, and that was like I think when I was like around 19 probably. So for the past couple years, once again, or few years I guess I should say, I've been dealing with acne again. So I think I already mentioned this, but it has been pretty much exactly 3 weeks since I went to my doctor and asked for the referral. Now, my doctor, he was kind of hesitant to give me a referral to a dermatologist. Like he really wanted to kind of help me treat the acne himself. And he immediately tried to prescribe me minocycline again. And I was like, I tried that before and it did nothing for me. But he was still really like adamant about me trying minocycline again. I was really not into that idea because it just didn't work for me, and I know like some time has gone by and my body might react to it differently now, but I was just like, what other options are there? And he was like, it's really minocycline, a couple other prescriptions, or Accutane. He was like, those are your only options, which I was like, how can that be my only options? Like I've heard so many other people like try other acne things, like topical things and stuff like that have worked for them. But he was really like, these are your only options. So that's one of the big reasons I want to see a specialist, someone who specializes specifically in my problems, like my acne. I don't want to just talk to like a regular doctor about it because I want kind of the full range of options. And yes, up until this point, I have chosen not to take Accutane. I don't really know. My mom thinks the dermatologist is probably going to end up putting me on Accutane eventually because my acne is quite severe. I'm not totally against it, but like I said, it just kind of freaks me out. I'm probably going to end up on it at some point. I feel like that's kind of always been in the back of my mind. Like someday I'm probably going to have to take Accutane just for the severity level of my acne. I have had like so many breaking points over the years where I have just been like, fuck it, I'm going to take Accutane. Sorry for the language, but I have just been like at my breaking point where my acne has been so upsetting to me and so just like, I don't want to get emotional here. But there have just been times where I've been like, that's it, like I'm doing it, I'm taking Accutane, like I'm getting this over with, I am like putting a stop to my acne once and for all, I just want it gone. And then I don't know what happens, just somewhere along the line, like I just decide not to. I get nervous to take it again and I just kind of back away from it. I'm just like, okay, whatever, my skin will calm down eventually. I'll just deal with it another way and I won't take it. And I've had those moments so many times over the years and it just honestly sucks. Like acne sucks so much and it's like, unless you have it, you don't understand. Like it just honestly really sucks. Like people, like some people are just so rude about people having acne. Like they just don't understand it at all. They don't understand how much it affects your self-esteem and like everything, especially having cystic acne. Like I think one thing that people don't really realize is how painful it is having a face covered in cysts. Like it's so horribly painful. Like it hurts for me to smile a lot of the time and it's so like itchy and like hot and uncomfortable and it's just awful. Like it's a horrible feeling just on its own. Like it's just painful on top of like really impacting your self-esteem. I am very happy to finally be seeing a dermatologist soon. Hopefully, like I said, sooner rather than later, because I just can't wait to find something that actually works for me. I've tried like everything over the years. See, I think that is most of what I wanted to say today. Like I said, I plan on documenting this process of going to the dermatologist and stuff so I can share that with you guys for those of you who are interested. I don't know how often I'll be doing these videos. I probably won't have like a set schedule or anything, and I'll probably do my next update like when I'm actually going to my first dermatologist appointment. Hope you guys did enjoy this. For those of you who are interested in this kind of thing and interested in seeing my kind of acne journey, give this video a thumbs up if you are interested in seeing me document this kind of process. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very hopeful. And I'm just so ready to be done with acne. You guys just don't even understand. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video isn't too crazy long. Thank you guys for sticking with me till the end if you did. And I guess I will talk to all of you guys in my next video. Bye guys. If you don't use this rewards program, definitely check it out because it is so worth it and your points add up so fast. But basically, long story short, I ended up having $200 of like free money to spend at the drugstore.